Hello everyone. I thought being I just put out a did we save it video, I figured we would go ahead and do one I did for orchids. I believe I touched base on one of them, but I didn't really go too far into the other one. I did kind of make a small video of it because it was doing kind of something weird and funky, and I'm just going to include that because it's kind of like one of those where I thought I was going to lose it, but I haven't lost it yet, so I'm assuming I might be okay, and this looks really, really dirty. I'm super glad that that looks super, super dirty when that's like the main focus on the camera right now. But anyway, so this was I don't think I really had a name for her. She had like, I believe, if I remember correctly, she would have been very pretty at one point. I'm pretty sure she was. When I got her, she had 3 bloom spikes, and once I knew she wasn't looking all that the greatest. Like the blooms were kind of spent a little bit. And by the time I got home and unwrapped it, she quickly looked even worse, and she really rapidly declined after that. And actually, I can't remember. Something told me, I think actually I lost a lot of the roots. I'm sorry. I'm like recalling a lot of different things all of a sudden. That's just how my brain works. Something told me, which you should always listen to your instincts, because 9 times out of 10, it is very spot on. Sure, it's spot on more than just 9 times out of 10, but I'm being nice and generous. So, something told me to take it out of the whatever thing it came in. I can't think off the top of my head. Here, I was trying to make this something that I didn't have to edit, and I think I might have to. So, and then when I unpotted it, there we go, unpotted, I realized that most of, actually all but one little tiny nub of a root was left, which is that right there, which actually, if you just heard that, has gone bad. Yay me. And then I think I posted how I put this in like a container of tea and lemon juice, which did fine until I did a very stupid thing, and I put in, what is that, Super Grow? I put in like a drop of that, and like the next day, like all the other leaves were like as burnt. I'm assuming this is burn. So I was like, oop, won't ever do that again, and I did lose a 3rd leaf because of it. It was so bad. This has slowly started to deteriorate. I kind of expected it from the way it looked down here. I don't know why, and my brain is not really working out as to why I knew this was going to go. But then recently it started to form another leaf. I'm not sure if this is, actually I think this is one leaf, because I posted it in the video that I couldn't believe it was growing, and now it's growing another one, and I'm just still kind of like, huh? And I don't have any roots going. Now I just realized I've lost this root, which kind of actually sucks. I'm having a hard time figuring out, because I've seen a lot of people do this, even Miss Orchid Girl, if anybody knows who I'm talking about. She is quite popular, in the whole, I didn't know, does this do that? Unless this has gone bad. Let me think for a second. Okay, so I can't think of, what is it called? Microfiber towel or a piece of microfiber cloth. I didn't have one, but this is kind of like the same thing, but I don't remember it just kind of splitting like that. So, that's not good. It doesn't really have a smell. I've been kind of keeping it in here and wrapping the bottom end around it, which I'm really glad and somewhat embarrassed that I'm making this video. Glad that I've taken a further look than what I normally do, and not that I really want this embarrassment documented, but if anyone follows me enough knows that That leaf doesn't look all that great. Lovely. Well, this is a mess. Knows that I'm not good with orchids. I tend to kill orchids. So the fact that I have so many currently right now that are living is a shocker. And I don't really believe that I'm at fault for killing this. Because I believe from the way it looks, from what I do know, the way it came to me when I got it in my hands, it was already going downhill anyway, and me saving it kind of helped and hurt it. And yeah, so basically I'm kind of learning as I go. A lot of things that you guys will probably see on YouTube that works doesn't usually work for me. Case in point, this right here, which I probably didn't use the correct thing, but it's kind of the same thing. I'm a little concerned that it just so easily splits apart. I'm not happy that my one root is now gone, but yet I've had 2 growing leaves from this, so I'm kind of like, okay, I kind of knew that this was going. It was bound to. I'm actually honestly surprised that it's still living. When I first tried to get back into orchids, mine would go in like less than 2 weeks. So the fact that this is obviously not looking the best, but there is growth. I just wish it was in roots and not for the simple fact that I tried to kill it, which now I'm kind of concerned is into how I'm going to keep this hydrated, considering I just ruined the only living root. Such is my life. So that was kind of a weird epic fail, but yet not so much, because I mean, it's still sort of living, although it's still sort of dying. So if you have any, like, tips, ideas, because now I'm not really sure how to, because the whole water, the whole, you know, this whole method just now hasn't worked, which is weird because it's been fine up until now. So, I don't know. My next one, which is the one that I didn't really post, I made a special video of it because I was kind of freaking out, because the leaves were doing this. It didn't do any further past what I showed in that video. I do have some new growth. Hopefully that just looks brown and it's not actually going bad, because that would be my luck. I did have like the black on the edges, which you can see right there. I did cut that down. I don't think it's coming back. I've had this in water constantly, which looks gross right now. But the thing that to me, this one is kind of weird, because I did get recently another, sorry for reaching over, another mini, and the leaves are like thick, and it also has a new leaf growing, which I'm really happy to see, because I have never had leaves growing ever on an orchid. And these are very like thin and flimsy, and I mean, I really wasn't sure if that's just how minis are until I got this one, and the leaves are exactly like how like your orchids is supposed to be. So I'm not really quite sure. And the roots are never really green either. Like these never are like big and plump and green. And I also have problems with moisture. These tend to get like, sorry if I'm not on camera, these tend to get like a little bit moldy like. So once again, this kind of looks like an epic fail. I do have that growing right there. That has been growing for a little while. And also a spike there since I've gotten it, but it really is taking forever to grow, which I guess I shouldn't expect too much considering the way the roots are. So maybe water culture is not really the best, unless people Unless I need to change how I do this, like a schedule, you know, like so many days in water and then so many days out of water. If you have experience in this sort of thing, I'd love to know your thoughts and your ideas, because I'm trying to save them and I'm still kind of new to orchids, so I'm kind of like using this as a we're going to grow with me kind of channel or section or series. So I'm curious as to what people say, if anything. I know mostly do African violet, so this is kind of like not our norm. Trust me, it is not my norm either. But these have kind of confused me. I know these are not the easiest things on the planet. Do not believe that anyone saying or store saying these are easy. They're not really all that easy. I don't get the hype. They're so easy. It's so easy to kill these things. I mean, so easy. But anyway, my phone's about to stop because I'm running out of space. But anyway, would welcome your thoughts. We will check back in and see if we haven't killed them yet. Hopefully not. Thanks for watching.